Hello. Here comes the dancing machine. He's got that rhythm. He's got that feeling. He's got a song in his heart.
I'm excited about wine show.
I like wine time.
Oh my God, this is what it's like to sit down.
I don't think I'm standing back up. I was sitting here thinking how much my legs hurt, and that the day is only half over, and it's really depressing.
Oh, when you put it like that, we need a drink.
Sure enough.
Well, this is Chef Chris here. I'm Ed. I'm the sommelier here at Old North State. Every week on Thursdays at 6 p.m., we taste wines from all around the world so that people get a better understanding of the wines of the world. And every week it's something new and special. We cover about 200 wines a year, and we hope to eventually cover the whole planet, but it's going to take time, and I hope that you can ride along with us and enjoy the ride. It's a big wine world out there, and we should be appreciating more than just the 10 wines that are on the grocery store shelves. So we hunt wines, we deliver them to you. If you'd like to do a virtual tasting, you can do that as well if you can't be here on Thursdays, and that's what this video is all about. So you can pick up your wines and your food on Thursday and watch from the convenience of your RV or your lunar shuttle or wherever it is you happen to pick up your YouTube channel.
It's growing. There's a lot more places you can pick up YouTube now than you used to.
That's right. So we got a couple of interesting reds today. Well, they're always interesting, but these are maybe not as popular as some of the other grapes that we have tasted. So I always enjoy getting out there and exploring what I would consider classic grapes that other people don't really know about. It's kind of a contradiction, I know, but I think people find a few wines they like and then they just stop thinking about other wines or just not curious anymore.
Lord.
So this is,
That color.
yeah, super light. This is Schiava. This is from Tramin. Tramin is a beautiful producer. We've actually served a lot of their whites at the chef's table, wine pairings, prefix meals, etc., etc. And I can't remember if we may or may not have done a video on them before, or certainly done a tasting on a Thursday night tasting with one of their whites. But the Alto Adige, of course, is very far north. We're up approaching Switzerland, and this area produces incredibly delicious whites, but also really delicate reds, which I think have so much finesse. And this grape drinks it looks like a Pinot Noir or Gamay in the glass, but I feel like it has a little bit more going on.
I've never had a red from Adige.
Yeah, this
has
is
always been white.
I just love the nose on this.
Fresh berry. It's very Pinot-esque on the nose.
Yeah, a lot of florality here. Just a really nice, easy going.
Strawberry.
Yeah, big time, big time. And there's
Fuller than you would think. The color, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got a great mouthfeel to it. This doesn't this is not, although you may appear like it might be like kind of a watery wine, it is not. And this is just a wonderful grape. It's pretty isolated in the areas that it's grown, so we don't see a ton of it produced elsewhere. But this is a wine, we featured this grape a few years ago at the chef's table. We had a seafood dish that we wanted a red for, and Chef had this really cool it was like a wintertime chef's table. I believe it even had a little sausage in it. And
we do a lot of that.
Yeah, I needed something that would hold up to the sausage and not drown out the seafood that was on there. And that's where we kind of started dabbling with this varietal because of its versatility. And you get these red wine flavors. I mean, it's a lot like Pinot Noir or Gamay in the sense that it has incredible pairability. Of course, Tramin is a quality producer, so you're getting one of the better versions, I think, of this grape. This is rather fresh. This is a 2021. So we're right here in October of 2022, right? I think that's
so.
where we're at.
I'm not,
It's been
I'm not going to bet on it, but I think that's right.
It's been so busy, it's been incredibly busy at the restaurant that we have kind of lost track of, we've lost our bearings a little bit.
On reality.
Yeah, yeah. But we have another huge tasting tonight, and we've just had chef's tables and parties, and it's just been
Lots more on the way.
making you tired, isn't it?
It is. I'm sorry. The whole sitting down thing really just kind of hit me like a ton of times.
Yeah, that's why we never sit down, chef.
The sleepy.
Really a beautiful dryness here. Only 12.5% alcohol, so it's not something that's really potent, if you
Nice.
will. It's more, I would say, more daytime drinking is a possibility. This will be a great lunch wine. We got Halloween next week, and then, well, actually, it's not even next week. It's like in a few days. But after that, the next big holiday outside of Veterans Day is Thanksgiving. And so,
Ooh, that's perfect.
yeah, so this is the kind of wine.
Turkey wine.
Yeah, turkey,
Sweet potatoes,
ham.
ham, stuffing,
Yep.
the sausage
Big time.
and the stuffing,
Big time.
cheddar.
So keep this on your radar for holiday foods, because
So you could get a case of this when you pick up your family meal at
Exactly.
Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Do it right, and we are planning on doing family meals again this holiday for anybody that's in need of a little. If you just need a filler up,
Yeah,
like
eat some
you
side
eat some
items.
sides, or if there's something you're missing from you want to broaden your table, make it a little fancier, add a couple items. Or if you want the whole spiel, the whole
Do it all.
kit and caboodle, if you will. Yeah, pulling that one out. So keep those in mind. So great food wine here. Like I said, versatility is the hallmark of this wine, but it's also quite delicious. If you're a Pinot fan or a Beaujolais fan, this should be right down your alley.
It's delicious. I mean, this is you could do so much with this wine. This is fabulous. Love the weight of this. It's just right. Not too heavy. It's not real soft. I mean, it's just right.
Really mouth-watering as well.
Yeah, the acid is great.
Yeah, it's the acidity is just what the doctor ordered. Really, this is a food wine.
I love your doctor.
I had last night at the chef's table. I had a young lady that, she wasn't really sure how much wine she was going to drink because she was on new heart medication. I said, well, how long have you been on that heart medication? She said, it'll be 21 days tomorrow. I was like, don't worry about it, you're good. I've always heard that wine's good for your heart anyway. And she laughed and laughed. She said,
all those antioxidants, they gotta be good for you.
and she said, I'll be sure and tell my doctor that Ed
Ed
said
said,
so.
no, I said, you're good.
And I said, wait a
Drink
second.
up.
Don't say Ed, say you're sommelier,
Yeah.
because that sounds a lot more professional.
Yeah.
Not just some random dude
And
named
then you've
Ed.
gotta have like a .som or something like right beside, so,
Right.
so it makes it look like
Yeah.
super official. I was like, oh, I didn't realize a specialist. You've been consulting a specialist.
Well, last we heard she's still okay, so
We haven't heard anything.
yeah. But we've been really enjoying these chef's tables, and we've really enjoyed these videos and pairings, and we are looking forward to many, many more. So make sure that you're tuning in every Thursday. Well, actually, you can tune in anytime.
Anytime you want. Yeah, that's the beauty of YouTube also. It's just there,
Yeah, waiting.
waiting for you.
Well, Chef,
We're gonna do
shall we tell them about our trip?
yes, real quick though, we're gonna do the,
Oh, we're gonna do a pairing.
the Thomasville Tome.
So we're gonna have some
A
cheese.
little
with this.
cheese, and we're gonna have a little of the Toscano salumi, so that'll be very
Oh.
appropriate.
What makes it Toscano?
It is Italian salumi with fennel and garlic.
I love
Yeah.
fennel, and I love
I
garlic.
love, yeah.
Although I'm allergic to garlic.
You are. We have to be careful. Gotta be very careful.
So in your pickup kits with your wine, you will have some of that deliciousness in your box. So do we want to tell them about
Yeah,
the trip
I think it's
yet, or
exciting.
before this wine, talk about this wine?
Wine needs to breathe.
Okay, so I spent 3 hours on YouTube last night because Chris said we're going to Portugal in March. So
The 19th.
I've been binging travel videos and winery videos from Portugal.
Yeah, Mrs. Wishart's doing the language thing where she's learning Portuguese.
Oh,
She's
good
terrified to not be able to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, everyone there speaks English.
I'll
She
just-
doesn't believe me.
I'll just go.
I'm going to go.
I'll go. And they'll know what I need. And we're staying apparently overlooking all these vineyards too, so there will be
It's a lovely spot in the
vast
world.
consumption.
The,
I'll tell you all about it.
Research.
We're researching.
This is an R&D trip.
That's right.
This will be no fun.
And then, once Chris and I get the lay of the land, then we can plan excursions for our guests.
We will become concierge.
Yes.
Where we can
Yeah,
moderate and send
Yeah.
people where to go. And
yeah. I was just talking to Andy, our friend at the Elephant's Corner. He brought up a bunch of wine that we're going to
Good
be
to see
featuring.
Andy. I haven't seen
Yeah.
him. He's been traveling a lot, hasn't he?
Yeah, he was in South Africa for a while, and he misses his homeland, but he was happy to get back because he has a million things to do, and he's a one-man show. But he's partnered with a safari company. And I was talking to him today about that. Like, how's it going? He's like, it's better than ever. So, traveling to the right places in the world, that really matters. You don't really want to go to Ukraine right now, for instance. But
you don't really want to go to Mogadishu right now
Right,
either. It
yeah.
depends on where you're going at.
yeah, exactly.
You don't want to get involved in any of that ethnic cleansing.
Yeah, the southern Western Cape there would probably be a safe
Pretty
go at.
glorious.
Yep. And the reason why he's partnered with safari is because just like my parents, when they went down to do a safari, they spent a week doing safari and a week doing the wineries. And I think that's a very common combination of
What a
things
great
to do.
combination.
Yeah, and so
Probably won't drink too much on a safari.
no,
But
but
you kind of want to be chill.
yeah, I would imagine.
So you're not
You
eating
won't be too
alive.
high strung, yeah. Yeah, they can probably, those animals are probably
They'll
looking,
sense it.
they think you're marinated or something,
Yeah,
they want to
they'll
eat you
sense,
more.
they'll know which one to isolate.
Mm. Well, let's talk about another delicious Italian wine. And we're gonna move off the coast to Sicily. So the Sicilians will tell you they're probably not Italians, but for all intents and
Kind of like
purposes.
the Cypriot Greeks.
Mhm.
Like if you're from the island of Cyprus, it's Greece.
Yeah,
But if you're on there, they were, no, we're Cypriot.
right.
And like, they're this big thing with mainland Greece, kind of, so. I
Yeah,
guess,
yeah.
Sicily is probably the same thing. Like,
Right.
We're Sicilian, not
Yeah,
Italian.
yeah. So this is their most famous grape. Now you got me on
So,
it.
it's part of
I'm
it.
fighting it, I'm not gonna yawn. But,
Drink your way through that.
So this is from Villa Pozzi. This is Nero Diavolo. That is the grape, Nero Diavolo. Cute little label there too, might as well say. And Nero Diavolo is basically their cab, if you will. It's their biggest, boldest red, and oftentimes it's blended with cab. They really do. They pair well together. We've seen that a lot. Most producers produce the Nero Diavolo also have cab as well. So they're offering similar. Their portfolio would have similar types of wines in it. So, if you like cab, well, then you're also going to like this, or vice versa. So, here we see what this grape is capable of. I can tell you right now, it's always an amazing value. That's one of the things I love about this grape, and this island for that matter, is that we're getting killer value for the flavor profiles that we're getting.
Super rich, very rich wine, delicious.
So,
A lot of layers.
yes, there's a beautiful spicy vegetality. Then there's just an explosion of fruit, almost is sweet in the middle.
Stewed.
It's so fruity, and then finishing off to a nice dry, easygoing finish, and all the while delivering a punch. I would say I wouldn't say it's out of balance or anything, but it's got some machismo to it. It's not a dainty wine, particularly just coming after the Schiava. It's certainly more robust, and these are the kind of wines that even though this is a bigger wine, I believe that this could also pair with a lot of things too. It could be very versatile.
You betcha.
You know, it's kind of wine that I wouldn't hate it with some tomato-based seafood.
Or, you know, or even just some pork or chicken with pasta. I mean, it's, for a rich wine, you know, your first thought is not, I mean, for me, I mean, obviously, you know, beef is gonna be a home run, no
Sure.
matter what, but
Yeah,
the versatility of this. as
absolutely. Yeah, and if you had a pork dish that was braised or spiced, the tannins are here, but they're not overbearing. So, you know, we always say that when you have spicy food, you really wanna stay away from tannins because they magnify heat. They don't really give you any relief from the spice. Where wines that are more fruity or even have some residual sugar are more appropriate for spicy food. This is not sweet or have residual sugar, but it does have a very short tannin. You know, it's not something that I don't think it would ramp up chilies or ramp up. Well, you know, I always think about those red pepper flakes.
Oh, yeah.
That people dump on their Italian food.
I mean, just.
Yeah, just like there's that shaker.
You gotta fill that shaker up a lot.
There's a lot of great Italian peppers, but for some reason that's the one that everybody recognizes.
I don't know why that is, and
Yeah.
that and the powdered Parmesan and
Right, yeah. Yeah, well, here we are, chef, buying the most expensive cheeses we can find,
Yeah.
and then other people are living off their
Trump,
stuff.
Trump,
So you don't even have to refrigerate.
Yeah, it's shelf stable.
Yikes.
I don't know
That
about
kind
that.
of scares me a little bit.
Yeah, and it's shelf stable, not like aging Parmesan shelf stable. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
shelf stable, like
Right, yeah.
it's lit outside for 6 months.
Right.
It's the same.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you get the idea. This can handle those kind of accoutrements. Yes, they can handle that, and all the while still maintaining its identity. And I think that's a key thing here. Is, you know, of course, we had the big chef's table last night, and explaining to people to be able to taste the wine and the food in your mouth at the same time without one washing the other out. And it's important to have wines like that can go with the food, enhance the food, but still show their own identity. It's not like they just get gobbled up with the food or vice versa. You know, that also goes both directions. We had a great pairing
It
night
doesn't
last
exist.
night.
It was amazing pairing, and you know, again, a lot of red wine drinkers who were, you know, really taken aback by how
That's
much
true.
you know they
Yeah.
like the white wines and the pairings with those. And I think that's becoming a very a fun thing to notice and see.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why we disproportionately attract red wine drinkers, and maybe that's just the way it is. But I love
It could
seeing
be.
that light go off.
Yeah, and there was only 3 whites, and when we served a red, you know, one gentleman was like, finally some
Yeah.
reds, and I was like, well, trust me, you wouldn't have wanted reds with those dishes.
That one lady, she's like, if you like white wine, this would be a great experience.
Because there
Of
was
course, and
3.
and then she was like, I'll have a little more, please.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know, so
yeah.
it wasn't a negative,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was just a, you know.
But there
They
was-
thought 3 out of 8 was a
Three-
lot.
3 out of
If
8, yeah.
they'd have been here this summer,
Oh, yeah.
it's 7 and 1.
6, yeah,
6 and
7,
2,
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So I mean but I love seeing that. I love seeing that. And of course we had yet another. It's becoming comical at this point. You're eating your beets.
Oh, yeah.
You don't.
Yeah,
You hate beets. And
Yeah.
he's just like, give me the recipe. And
Yeah.
it was just hammering them. It was,
Yeah.
You know. So we love seeing having these eye-opening light bulb moments. It's great.
Yep, you got the right
On both
preparation from the chef, and then the combination of flavors and textures on the plate, and then you have a nice little wine that helps enhance that, and all of a sudden you understand why beets are amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, I think it's a shame how many people have turned their backs on certain foods or drinks, and they're not understanding that there's a million different ways to present any of those things. So
Well, and that's what's important about not just what we do, but venues that do multi-course or prefix things. You know, you get those moments of the kind of unheard of fish and the odd vegetables and the wines you would never, all these things you would never order.
Right.
If you're a white wine or red wine drinker, you're probably not gonna order a, you know, if you're a white
Something
wine
they can
person,
flex,
you're not
yeah.
gonna do
Steak.
some wild, you know, blend. If you're a red wine drinker, you're probably not gonna order a Vino Verde.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's
Sure.
a great way to,
Mhm.
to see those moments, and, it's just
Gosh.
great.
And you know, Jeff, again, I'm gonna circle back to our Portuguese trip. We've got to go to Vino Verde.
Oh,
That is-
I was already looking, I've
I mean,
already
that's-
scouted.
I mean,
Already scouted.
a lot of people think it's, you know, a very simple wine, and oftentimes it is, but there's also some really complex.
We're gonna
Vino
go
Verdes.
find the complex ones,
Yeah.
so I've
Yeah.
already done some mapping.
Cool.
Cause I knew that would be like big time on your bucket list.
Absolutely.
And that will be a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to all that great seafood.
Hmm. Well, Chef, what do you wanna throw at this beauty?
Well, I've got that gorgeous American Butcher flat iron
Cool.
with some carrot top pesto, a little caramelized onion.
I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's all. A little
I think-
sweetness from the onion is gonna
oh,
pick up on the
Big
fruit.
time. Big
And
time.
that carrot top pesto is a bit more, doesn't have the rise and fall of the basil pesto. So I like it. I don't want to say neutrality, but it's more of
Yeah.
a vehicle.
Right.
It's gonna be great with this.
It does have the peaks and valleys.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have the sharpness, I guess,
Right.
of that licorice. So.
What all did you put in that?
I did calvander, roasted garlic, olive oil, carrot top, and a little sorrel.
Yeah, I would imagine the roasting of the garlic, because
Really
you know,
chills
garlic,
it out.
raw garlic is so.
And it has a window. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it goes from delicious to hot pretty
Yeah.
quick.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
so you got to be careful with
Yeah.
your fresh garlic.
Well,
Or
also-
not. A lot of people are like,
Yeah. Well,
garlic.
keeps the vampires away.
It does, and Mrs. Wishart doesn't care for garlic. So
Yeah.
I find myself usually more restrained with garlic than
Right.
I used to be.
Yeah.
So.
Now, we got Halloween coming up. We got a bunch of stuff coming up.
We got a lot of, we have 3 wedding rehearsals next week and a reception catering.
Mhm.
More chef tables,
Yeah.
lots of groups.
We had a big.
We had
We had a big party
We had a
last.
catering next week
We
too.
had a big party last week for one of our favorite people, Mr. Charles
Big
Flippin.
5-0. That's a biggie.
5 or 6?
I thought it was 50, was it 60?
That was 70. Is it not 70? I mean, it's like 100 million years old.
Maybe it was a joke, it was 50.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't even walk in anything, so.
Yeah. We love you, big guy. And it was great to have his birthday here. It was a lot of fun. Of course, we were fortunate enough to have many of the family events here, so. It
It's
was-
always a
yeah.
particular honor when someone
Mhm.
thinks enough of you to trust you with a big event.
That's
like,
right,
an
that's right.
emotional event like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And he's a great consumer of delicious wine, so that's always.
He's got a great palate.
Yes, he does. So, Chef, we've got all these things that we've been up to. How are you holding up?
Not well.
Yeah.
But you know what? Built to endure. And
That's
the
right.
wine helps.
Yeah, it does. We both.
We gotta keep at it. We can't let each other down.
We actually last.
You're counting on me, I'm counting on you. We have no choice. We gotta get.
Last Sunday, or actually last Saturday, we were both in so much physical pain that we had to postpone some things on Sunday just so that we could heal. And that was one of the best decisions we've ever made.
It was top notch. It was a top notch decision.
Yeah, and I appreciate those people that understand why we were doing it. So it's not always like, hey, what's wrong? You got a broken leg, or oh, you got pneumonia. Sometimes you just get worn down and you just need a second to
Do
breathe.
you want us here next week or not? Because this will be the last thing we ever do. Is we're gonna be institutionalized
Yeah.
if we don't have a recovery day.
Yeah, so we had gone from Autumn Leaves Week, which is our busiest week, basically no day off. Technically we were closed, but there was a lot to do. And then went into what was usually
A regroup.
a regroup week, because everybody's like gone, but no one left. And so we were just as busy that week as we were our busiest weeks. We literally had a mirrored, which was not supposed to be. It was
It
supposed
wasn't
to be.
supposed to be.
It's
And
supposed to be like a negative, like, like
a washout.
yeah,
Yeah.
like they balance each other out. Nope. So,
Same thing for this week, getting run over all week
and then there's next week.
and no day off, back-to-back Sundays coming up.
Oh yeah, we got a show table Sunday.
And
Last night's was great.
that was fun.
Chef,
That
you
was a
killed
good
it on
crowd.
that. That was a lot of fun.
That was a great crowd. It was fun.
And yeah, that was we had 2 birthdays, which is always fun, and one of our regulars, which is always nice when we have some
Mhm.
people that we are a little closer to, so we can be a little more ourselves. I would
For
say.
sure.
Yeah.
So you can let the guard down a little bit.
Yeah, I can be even more of a. I'm almost said it.
You did. It's
What was it? What was it they call me? EFB
Ed
blank
Badgett.
That's apparently how some people.
Ed Running Badgett.
Well, anyway, we love being ourselves around you folks, and we're glad that we can do this video when you're not in front of us. So this is us. This is what we do. We hang out. We don't rehearse. We just sit down with a couple bottles and react to them.
It's
And
authentic.
so this is about as natural as it gets. We only do
Without a deck of cards, I guess.
Yeah, without it, we don't have a producer, and we don't have
Clearly.
a script. But what we do have is knowledge of wine, and a passion for wine, and a knowledge of food, and a passion for food. And that's why we do this, and we hope that it conveys that message to you. And we hope that you support this channel and all of our endeavors in the future, because I think there'll be more.
There will be more and more content heading your way.
Yep. We love you much. Thank you to all you loyal followers. Tell a friend. Like, subscribe.
Happy Halloween. Enjoy your weekend.
Share.
Take care.